Is that a cult? No. They call you a cultist or demonize you if you understand what's going on. Okay? If you vaccinated out of your mind, if you don't have any sense, if you're running around teaching that garbage they teach you in the church, then you're fine. You can get a 501c3. You can get government grants. You can get finances, and you don't have to know one page in that Bible. Just teach the government line. That's another thing. They're calling in your preachers in your neighborhoods Homeland Security, which will see something, say something programs. So now you got your preacher who's supposed to be preaching God to you, looking in the audience and see if there's a terrorist amongst his congregation. This is what they're programming you to think. Well, listen, it's okay. We're not saying anything wrong. Just keep your eyes open because anything can happen, and you have to watch out. So, if someone looks suspicious, who coming in church not looking suspicious? Usually, if you're coming in church, you're looking for a way out of your sin. You're coming from drugs. You're coming from what? Everybody that go to church looks suspicious. They're going to try to use that and have a preacher say, listen, it's this guy that came with his eyes bugged out. Well, why didn't you pray over him if he was bugging out? Christ wouldn't have called in Homeland Security. So now they go into your pastors now. See something, say something if they look like a terrorist. Going back to what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, they're trying to demonize truth. And it tell you in Amos the 8th chapter, there will come a time where a famine will come in the earth. You're looking for a famine of bread and water, but it's going to be a famine of hearing the word of God. They're going to try to stop the truth and exterminate the truth from this earth. And they're going to use all different tactics to do this. This is what they're doing here, brothers and sisters. Follow me clearly in this apocrypha here. Read. Read up a few verses. What verse you at?
Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men.
There shall be sedition among men.
And invading one another.
They're going to be doing what?
And invading one another.
Going into businesses, taking money, looting for material, invading one another. Now this apocrypha was written thousands of years, brothers and sisters, before what happened in London. You going to tell me the Bible is not true? Read.
They shall not regard their kings.
And they shall not regard their kings. You think the government cared about the Queen of England when they was? You think those people cared about the Queen of England when they went through and was looting everything? Read.
Nor princes.
Nor princes. You think they cared about Prince Charles when they were looting and taking TVs and iPhones and anything else they can get their hands on? Read.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Go ahead.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Why? Because by them doing this, now they can implement martial law. Can stop you from traveling freely. You see how it's in chronological order? First, the looting. And then the government comes in and say, well, listen, we have to set up borders. We have to set up live stops so that the cars can come through. We got to start checking now. So now they're going to stop people from being able to go from city to city. Because who knows? You might be coming into a city to loot. We don't know. You look just like those other looters. You're black. You're looking suspicious. Okay? You're looking very, very suspicious. And guess what? It wasn't just black kids looting. You had Arab kids looting. You had white kids looting. But hey, let me tell you, England is a melting pot. And everyone is in it together, doing the same exact thing. But they are magnifying and actually putting a magnifying glass on black people for some reason. And minorities for some reason. When it was a black dude that got his head blew off by a cop. An unarmed man was shot by a policeman and got his brains blew out. You don't even hear that story, do you? It's called provocatory. They're provocateurs. Read.
Verse 18. For because of their pride.
Read.
The cities shall be troubled.
The cities shall be troubled.
the houses shall be destroyed,
And the houses shall be destroyed. Go ahead.
and men shall be afraid. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
It says, and a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy houses with the sword. Read.
And spoil their goods.
And spoil their goods. That's taking property. That's taking products. It's looting. And guess what, brothers and sisters? It's happening in America right now. You have flash mobs right now in Philadelphia. Little kids through Facebook and all these other programs now are coming together saying, well, let's go into a mall or let's go into a business and let's snatch and run. You think these things have not been put together and organized under the CIA? They love this. You have one of their guys who will start it up and tag another guy, and they'll all come together. And here it is. It was the CIA that actually started it, but it's the kids with the cameras on them. It's the kids being targeted. That's what's going on. Flash mobs now. Flash mobs. Now they have a curfew in Philadelphia where if a child, it started tonight, if a child is out that's under 18 or 19, if you're out past 9 o'clock, they can take you in, process you, you must go to family court, they drag your parents in now, and on top of that, now listen to this clearly, the parents get a $1,500 fine. Now how can you pay $1,500 in this economy? So you think it's just England? They're doing this all over the world. And then they're going to demonize and penalize the parents. Why? That's how they get you in court. And once you're in court, hey, I can't come after the minor, but I can come after you. Okay, let's see if this guy have any warrants on him. Here it is. The child just was out playing and doing what kids did at a certain age, but now everything they're doing is criminalized now. And the parents will come through and they be looking at you like, okay, I know we can get something on you. Okay, you got this amount of debt. Okay, let's see. Do you have any warrants on you? Let's see what's going on. You're looking suspicious. Okay, this is their plan, brothers and sisters. All right, this is all government plan according to the Bible. Okay, and guess what? You know what's the funny thing about this? The people who have left America is not going through none of that. The people who've actually left outside of England are not even going through any of this. Okay? And they were talking about, well, what happened over in Egypt? Everybody was going crazy. What's going on in Egypt? Brothers was barbecuing chicken. That's what they were doing. Brothers was barbecuing chicken. Okay? While the Arabs was running down the street and while the government had their cameras in that one square that made you think it was 1 billion people in there. And if you knew anything, Arabs hang out in places, in pockets, in places all the time. Because a lot of them, you have to realize, brothers, you have to think about this, man. In other countries, your money can go further. $20 is $100 in Egypt. Hey, $20 is $100. Take $20. You can eat for 3-4 days, all for $20. Let me tell you, you can't even buy an ice cream cone in America for $20. They're looking at you like that. You gotta have more than this. But they make you think that something is wrong if you try to think global. If you're thinking global. Because slaves are not supposed to think like masters. You're not supposed to think, well, hold up. If I'm making $300-400 here, instead of me putting it in this cesspool that's going down, this sinking Titanic, why don't I pull together with another brother or sister, invest in a business in another country in which I can get more bang for what I'm doing. I'll be able to take care of myself, and I'll get more for my money because this place is a sinking ship. They don't want you thinking like that. You are a slave. So if you think about globalizing, even though everyone is global now, Homeland Security is sitting in your house saying, okay, yeah, what's going on? You got a YouTube account? I heard you thinking about doing things. I heard you thinking about